Welcome back. That face tells us only one thing. It's time to get excited about the movies. And if this is your thing, you are very excited about the return of the Meg. Or terrified. I don't know what the requisite response is, but Meg 2, The Trench, is here. How deep are we going to go? We're going to find out. We're going to go deep today, okay? No, we are going to go deep. Literally, we're going to go to the depths of the ocean.
I mean, what do you say about a sequel to a disaster movie?
Yeah.
Actually, how many have had them in the past? I mean, there was a Titanic 2.
There was?
Exactly. So, like...
What more is there to the Titanic?
So why did they go back?
Number one covered.
The ocean, the heart of the ocean.
And so what you have to know is that this gigantic shark is back for reasons.
The same shark or a different shark?
Sibling shark.
Little proviso, just by the way, I've not seen this. We're just doing a preview. Let's allow the shark itself to sink its own teeth into its own story and have a bit of a look at a featurette for Meg 2, The Trench, coming out tomorrow. Maybe you'll get excited, maybe I'm kind of meh about it.
I think we're going to get excited.
I think it's going to be cool.
Look.
What was exciting was taking the original Meg and then supercharging it and giving it bigger creatures.
We've got company.
Bigger monsters.
That's the biggest Meg I've ever seen.
Biggest Meg anyone's ever seen.
And really get action.
We've only made it to the station! You can make it! Keep going!
Jason Statham is perfect for this.
I got this.
Statham's a great action hero.
He's just the quintessential badass.
See you later, chum.
Oh, that's big, eh?
That's
big.
huge.
The two of us just sitting here mansplaining one.
Yeah, we're mansplaining what a megalodon shark is.
Is
Like
it 4
could
times
actually
larger
still
than the great
exist.
white? Is it 2 times larger?
No one knows.
You don't understand, because my son is absolutely mad about sharks. He loves
You go
sharks.
off then.
He
Tell us about the
loves-
megalodon.
The megalodon is terrifying because it can swallow most things whole. I think that's why it's so exciting. But it needs to eat a lot, dude.
You're our resident paleontologist? So you be our Jurassic Park guy. Is it about 2 times the size of a great white?
2.5, 3 times bigger. Look, no one really saw one, but it's very, very big.
I feel like Zoe's very convinced.
And I think it's this notion that sharks haven't really evolved.
Graham, we're not going into the history of the megalodon.
I told you we're going deep, man.
But tell me about Meg 2, the movie.
Exactly.
Obviously, there's part 1.
Exactly. Have you guys seen part 1?
Yes.
Okay, you have.
I saw the preview. I think I did it with you.
That was as much as you needed to know, I think.
Yeah.
You've got a disaster movie on your hands. Is it any deeper than that, Graham? Wink.
Yeah, I think it has to be.
Okay, tell you what. So Meg 2, what's happening here is that obviously in the previous one they exposed that the Meg exists under this H2S, this is hydrogen sulfide layer of the deeper part of Mariana's Trench, deeper even than Challenger Deep. Where it exposed itself, and I've not seen this one myself. I'm sure that's just a little prequel bit there, that it gets its own origin story, because the megalodon doesn't actually exist that we know of. It's a prehistoric shark, and in this one, it seems like it's taken on this trajectory now of remembering Godzilla. They found out in the sequels that it's a mom and it's made babies. I think that they introduced little ones into this one too. Aside from that, the other creatures involved. So it's also taking the Pacific Rim route. I don't know if you know the other one. It's like about, again, like Godzilla-type kaiju monsters and whatever coming out of the Marianas Trench. So that's what you're in for, more of that kind of fodder. Just by the way, I feel like I should say this since we mentioned this last week. We're not doing any promotion for this movie. We don't take a cent for these studio-like things that we're doing here, because that would be picket-breaking, line-breaking. We're not doing that during the strike. All I'm doing is telling you what's available this weekend in South Africa, and frankly, I wouldn't go see this myself. You've got to... And look, I'm not saying it's terrible necessarily. I don't know the facts. I ain't seen it, but my first impression is that it's not necessarily going to be for me. I've seen the first one, and it had this weird feeling of... It wasn't sure necessarily like it wanted to be Snakes on a Plane, like super stupid funny.
Yeah, but...
It wasn't sure necessarily that it wanted, like, you know, spook you. It wasn't necessarily pure horror. Like, it wasn't trying to pick a side kind of thing.
Okay,
Well, I mean, was that the feeling you got when you saw the first one as well? Like,
yeah, I think there was enough. I think they make it accessible for younger viewers, and they don't make it too gory and too hectic in that sense. But, yeah, I think
are we learning about new phobias here, by the way? Would you get in?
No, I I mean, I like being on little boats and to see the shark eat the whole boat.
Boats, exactly.
Like,
it's really fun, hey?
But for me, that's also another payoff that it missed, is that in the first one, and this is all the thing about like the marketing and the trailers, is they might give you the sense of, I get the feeling you're one of these people who likes that huchu type of movie, like why were you guys even on the beach at the time that this was happening?
Don't run.
It doesn't even give that payoff by the looks of things either. It looks like it teases that, but if the first one's anything to go by, it also doesn't necessarily give you possibly the gore that you would hope for. Like if you're watching Piranha and that's an actual movie.
Yeah. You
Or
know
if
you're going to see
watching, like,
some blood in the
Sharknado,
water. Yeah.
stupid stuff, like the teens kissing when they shouldn't be, and then the monster comes, etc., etc. I don't know what we're in for this one necessarily, but since it's the same writers, not the same director, could be more of the same. So if you like the first one,
you're going to love this one.
Can we see a little more?
how about we continue with that featurette we were just checking out for Meg 2, The Trench, out tomorrow.
3 massive Megs and who knows what else have escaped the breach. There's a team of them now. At any turn, a Megalodon could jump out at you.
We've never seen this before. They're hunted in packs.
Not only is the Meg the antagonist, there's a maelstrom of enemies.
It's like Jurassic Park underwater.
Yeah, bring it on. Let's get more creatures from the deep.
This was a bad idea. Just a little bit.
I think it's gonna be even more jump scary.
It is sheer aquatic chaos, and it's awesome.
This is going to be megalodonish.
I'm just on behalf of my son and other young
Shark
kids
lovers.
like that, shark lovers. It looks awesome, dude. I think from that perspective, it's great that you can look at the shark in a different light. I think vilifying the shark
Why
is
are you
never a
being so
great thing.
diplomatic by the shark? Are you being paid by Big Shark?
Listen, bro, I'm there. I want the big shark to survive by the time my kid grows up, man. So I like the fact
I want to hear
that
the verdict from the person who
that.
looks like they're very much fence sitting on the thing. Is this the kind of thing that you go in for?
And it swallow
You
you
know
whole.
what? I feel like with movies like this, they give you the best parts in the trailer, and then you go watch the movie, and you're like, wow, okay. I could have just watched the trailer.
Yeah, that's sort of my sense as well. But hey, we'll find out when it comes out tomorrow. The last one made $500 million around the world. I think that's the 500 million reasons this thing exists.
Yeah.
But hey, it looks like at least it's not necessarily taking itself as seriously as the first one, that it knows that snakes on a plane was a joel for some people, etc. It looks like it's taking more of a comical bent. We'll find out.
Yeah, man, a bit of a roller coaster ride. If you're a shark lover, if you're a lover of prehistoric sharks, awesome. If you want to find out if a Meg actually exists right now, the deeper you go in the ocean, stick around.
Meg.